Hello and welcome to Heard It. I'm Kevin Sylvester. All right, let's face it, football coaches are a different breed, and frankly, they need to be. Think of all they have to manage. They have to manage players, their coaching staff, their bosses, and fans. Not to mention the game plan and all that goes into a football game. It's quite a challenge. You have to embrace it. Well, Jeff Quinn, the head football coach at the University of Buffalo, he embraces that challenge. Something else he embraces the challenge of? Fishing. Although, it didn't seem like much of a challenge when I spent a recent afternoon with him. Well, looking forward to this fishing day, and Coach Quinn's right over here. He told me to look for the guy with the black line. He's got a UB hat on, so Coach, how are you?
Good to see you, Kevin.
Hey, I'm looking forward to going out here today.
Welcome aboard to the Coach Quinn fishing charters here off of the Little Harbor, right off the banks of Buffalo.
Excellent. Well, I see you've acclimated already to the area. You got the boat going. I'll climb aboard and look for. I know we're waiting for one more, right?
Yep, we're waiting for one of the finest fishermen around this area, Terry Jones. So
okay.
He's actually coming our way right now. But before Terry gets in here, it wouldn't be a fishing trip without the authentic UB fishing hat. So you
Excellent.
are now officially a member of the club.
All right, this is great. All right, I'm gonna climb aboard and we'll get Terry on here and we'll go, hey, this is Terry, I think, here, right? All right,
Terry,
hey, Terry, how are
Jones.
you?
We give him a standing ovation right there. Well, these boats are, they're rigged for fishermen. This is something that took me a long time to get, but you know, once I got here, you know, it was something that I felt really strong about. Plus, the fishing out here is outstanding.
I was going to say, so this boat, symbolic to your coaching career, took you quite some time to become a head coach in college football and to get your dream boat here.
Right. As they said, you know, why did it take you so long? I said, I must be a late bloomer, I guess, you know, late developer. But, you know, it doesn't matter when it happens. And, you know, it couldn't have been a better fit for me.
You know, one of the things a lot of people say about you, along with the intensity and passion that you have, which is great, is that you really take pride in mentoring your players and young men.
You know, I always look back at the people that impacted my life, and I wouldn't be where I am at today, you know, without my parents and my coaches and my teachers and so many people, you know, contributed to where I am at today. And then I wanted to give that back, you know, and there's a component we talked about with our football team. There's 4 pillars when you walk into the merch. We talked about developing our players intellectually, socially, spiritually, physically, and skill. And that social, spiritual component, we talked about being other-centered, about being servant leaders and giving back to others. You know, and I think that's always been my upbringing and who I am. That's in my DNA. Somebody sacrificed and took time to help me through, you know, my career as a student, you know, as an athlete, and certainly as a person.
What is he looking for in particular on the sonar?
Well, he's got some GPS waypoints.
Okay.
Some waypoint spots.
We know which coordinate. Like you hit him hard one day, mark the coordinates, right?
Right here. Yep. Perfect.
Now, did you know the fishing was this good in Buffalo?
I'm a big fisherman, so I knew about Buffalo and fishing up there.
This is like the secret bag Terry's showing us here. Look at it.
I mean, you know.
And what is that?
You know, we talk about gobies and everything, right?
Okay. What is
It's
it?
an artificial goby.
Okay. Do you want to eat that? I don't. Would you feed that to your players?
I'm gonna hook Kevin up right here, and what you're gonna want to do is just hold that line and drop it straight down until you feel that weight hit the bottom.
Okay.
Raise it up. Just don't allow the weight to drag on the bottom.
Gotcha.
And you don't want the line to be beyond about 45 degrees off the tip of your pole.
Okay.
When it starts getting flattened out, just reel it up and bring it back.
There we go.
There we go. Little guy. There we go. Yep, right
All
there.
right.
You got to start someplace. If you started off
That's
with
right.
a big one.
That's right.
Look at that pro relay.
Right
See how
there.
good the coach is?
What is the score, since you're talking about competing?
I got Coach 1. Terry and Kevin, nothing.
Little Mac is one of the finest football players I've ever coached. Wow. That's it right there.
Pull that baby out the fish.
Since 1997, DUNN Tire's exclusive lowest out-the-door pricing has been the most straightforward and comprehensive way to buy tires. But it can be hard to remember exactly what's included with each tire, so we created the DUNN Dozen, an easy-to-remember list of the 12 products and services we include with every tire we sell. It's worry-free tire buying and the best value in the business. DUNN Tire, service you deserve, professionals you trust.
There are moments that define a journey, fueled by heart and desire. UB football, it's on. Season tickets only $90.
Coach Quinn talks a lot about passion, and that passion often equates to intensity, especially when there's a possibility of a trophy fish on the other end of the line.
There's one right there.
There we go. Ooh, it's got some size to it.
Nice fish.
All right.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's it right there.
Hold that baby up.
Nice fish. This is probably one of the most relaxing things that I do. You know, we're just at such a high pressure.
Yeah.
And we're ready to start here in a couple weeks. Now I leave on Sunday to go to Detroit for the Mid-American Conference Media Days. We bring 2 players. Every team, every head coach will be there, athletic directors, commissioner of the conference, so on and so forth. All the media outlets will be there. Khalil will be one of our representatives of our team. Khalil Mack is one of the finest football players I've ever coached. I mean, this guy's, he's close to breaking 2 national records, NCAA collegiate records. I mean, he has a chance to put his name, his family's name, and the University at Buffalo's name on 2 statistical categories, one for tackles for the loss, the other one for forced fumbles.
How important is that in your efforts to bring new players into the program?
We sell that to future players and recruits out there. This is what kind of opportunities Buffalo will present to you, our staff, you know, our development of our players, you know, whether it's in the intellectual development so they can earn their degree, or the physical and skill development. But that was one of the things.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, son of a gun. We're talking about you, Khalil.
That's what Khalil does.
That's
He
right.
takes the ball away, right?
I mean, I couldn't be more proud of the way our kids have responded. Especially last year, you know, they were fighting through you know, a tough point in the season, and you know, we held it together. You
It's
know,
a great finish.
It
Right?
was a
3 in the
tremendous
last
finish.
4. Yeah.
And I knew we were a very good football team going into last season. I knew we had a tough opener with Georgia, and I think our kids, you know, really showed their resiliency and their, you know, the fortitude to be able to go down into an environment like at the University of Georgia, and it was 90 degrees. It was 90% humidity, and the game was over. And I'll never forget, Mark Rick, the head coach, came up and goes, you know, we have a lot of teams that come and play in the stadium, and they wilt. They can't handle the heat, they can't handle the humidity. You know, it's a very physical environment. Your kids, he goes, Quinn, very impressive. And I shared that with the team, and I think it built a lot of confidence that they could play with some of the best competition in the country. You got to bring that positive energy through that line now. Yeah.
This is a good one.
Hey.
This is a good one. Just make sure you got the net, too.
Yeah, get the net.
You got a Lake Erie tuna.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, was it sheephead? Yeah. Nice. Hey, who cares?
Look at that. Get him. All right. Listen, I got to get it. Don't throw him back. There we go. Ready? Let's see if we can get this bad boy right there. We're able to finish with some key wins down the stretch, and I think, you know, we're building on that. And the kids have taken that to another level this summer. I mean, we've gained more weight, more lean mass, more explosiveness. I mean, it's been impressive. We got all of our freshmen here for the first time. for the summer. So,
and the players know that, right? Anybody who's played on a football team, they know when there's something there.
and they understand that. You know, they understand the next bull-in mentality. You know, they understand that every year it's a new season, and they've certainly worked extremely hard. And this senior class now, we bring back the most returners that we've ever had, and a lot of starters. You know, we've had less impact with graduation than a lot of teams. We've had 0 coaching change, which is that was key. To be able to keep our entire coaching staff together was really something special to me, to know that these guys really believe in everything that we're doing. And I care deeply about them, and I think that's all part of why we go in the season with a tremendous amount of confidence. With that, let's get to fishing,
Yeah, I was gonna say, Terry stopped the boat. We better get the line. Terry's got a line on the wall. If he pulls a fish out before Coach does, we might have a fight on our hands here. So you don't get to fish at all during the season, right?
No.
I mean, there's never.
No, I pack them up, and I have a little moment of silence.
This is my actual day job. Now more heard it.
There you go.
Oh.
Get him, Coach.
You call that a fish?
My 5 passions: faith, family, football, fishing, and having fun. And that's how I live my life.
To conquer the challenge takes courage. I will hold on.
I will reach my intended destination. I will sack the quarterback.
I see the flames, and I will run through the fire. I will make the first down.
I will lead by example every snap, every day. I will make the throw.
We are UB football.
Since 1997, DUNN Tire's exclusive lowest out-the-door pricing has been the most straightforward and comprehensive way to buy tires. But it can be hard to remember exactly what's included with each tire, so we created the DUNN Dozen, an easy-to-remember list of the 12 products and services we include with every tire we sell. It's worry-free tire buying and the best value in the business. DUNN Tire, service you deserve, professionals you trust.
You know, I often wondered what goes into play calling, all the factors that go into it, and when to call a play, why you call that play, who are you giving the ball to, why are you throwing instead of running. Well, the same thing happens in fishing. Why are we using this bait or that bait? Why are we fishing here and not over there? Why are we at this depth and not that depth? It all comes together. I've always wondered, when you're calling plays, how far ahead do you have to think?
At least the series.
At least one series.
Yeah, you know, it's, you know, we're in a no huddle mode, so what I'm thinking is, you know, where are we at on the field? You know, you're always thinking about the down and distance.
Field position, right? That
Always
factors
field
in.
position, you know, down and distance. You know, you're trying to stay on schedule. Our mentality is this: 1st and 10, you want to pick up at least 4 yards, whether you're running, throwing, screens, whatever. 2nd down, you want to gain half the distance to the 3rd down.
Okay.
3rd down, you want to convert. That's called being on schedule. And then certainly what you're trying to do is take shots downfield. You know, and we have one of those playmakers in Alex Nutz. You know, with his ability to make plays. I mean, he makes all the catches he should, and he makes all the ones that most can't. I mean, he's just that special of a player. And then you have the ability to run the ball with a great back like Bo. You know, but it all starts up front. You know, those big guys.
Now, you were an offensive lineman.
Oh, yeah.
Did you
linebacker and O-line.
Did you ever have your, because I played O-line in high school too. Of course, you played at a much higher level and coached at a high level, but I had my friends always say, well, why do you want to play line? Don't you want to play like tight end or linebacker? And I said, are you kidding me how fun offensive line is?
Yeah,
I know what the play is.
Right.
I've got that guy in front of me, and really enjoyed the battles too. If
Yeah.
you enjoy battling, right? I mean, the offensive line and defensive line, that's the place to be.
No question. 2, 3,
Oh.
go. Oh, Kevin. We call that our power position, offensive, defensive line. It's probably 50% of the game that most people don't even recognize because they're ball watching all the time.
Yeah.
And, that's a very physical aspect of the game. It's where games are won and lost. If you have a very dominating offensive line, obviously you're going to create a very successful running game, and you're certainly going to protect your quarterback. You're going to be able to get the screen plays out there and those big guys downfield. That's why I like a more athletic, big guy. Than just a heavy-footed guy. I like a guy who can run and move, who's agile, and quick, smart. We focus on those kind of attributes when we're out looking for those kind of players.
Working that hard with the guy next to you and putting the blood, sweat, and tears into it, it goes away. And guys miss that. I'm sure you miss it.
No.
Even though you're coaching, I'm sure you miss playing.
I envy those players. I'm like, I'd like to get out there a few times and just get a few more licks in there. But I tell them, I said, enjoy the journey. These are special moments in your life, and it is a small portion of your total life experience, and make the best of it. You're going to have opportunities to be around some of the greatest people you'll ever have a chance to meet. I mean, this is big time. It's a big time program with big time players and big time students and big time university, and that's what I keep telling them. You're going to meet some of your best friends in the rest of your life, and those are still the guys that I still talk to, that are still my closest friends.
Yeah.
Or the guys that I lined up and went to battle with. And that's how I tell my players, look, in order to show that you're committed, you have to sacrifice.
I bet, being from Chicago, you never thought pizza would be as good as the deep dish stuff in Chicago. It's pretty good here, isn't it?
The food here, as you can tell, I haven't missed too many meals. I got to be careful.
There you go.
Oh.
Get him, coach.
You call that a fish? I'm just curious how much pressure you feel to win.
You always feel that, that excitement to, game planning, getting your strategy together, getting the coaches all on the same page, the players on the same page. I try to get our players and myself to lock into the task at hand, the play-by-play enjoyment of the game, and let the end results take care of itself. I try not to worry too much about that outcome, because if we take care of business every single play, we're good enough to win. It's not whether you're good enough to win or not. You're good enough to win. Just focus on making those plays and enjoy the time when you have that opportunity, and it's going to happen. And it's been happening. It's a matter now of getting out there and playing 12 games and playing the 8 MAC game schedule that we have set up. We have a great opportunity to be on national television. The last 4 games are going to be all on ESPN. Those weekday Mid-American Conference games that you watch. You flip on the TV and you're going to see University of Buffalo on Tuesday nights for 4 straight weeks. At the end of the season, and then we play. What a great opportunity for our kids to have that opportunity to play in the Ralph last game. So I try not to focus on the outcome as much as I am on the play-by-play, the task at hand, because it'll drive you crazy. I was very fortunate. I had great coaches, great leaders and mentors in my life. When I was a player. And I really felt, that was what really brought me to wanting to coach. I was going to be a dentist. You wouldn't believe this.
I read that, yeah.
Somebody said, Coach, I don't picture you being a dentist. I said, neither did I. I said, my freshman year in college, I said, I'd rather knock your teeth out than fix them. So I went into coaching and playing college football. So that was kind of the thing that changed my life. Oh, another one. Oh, a bass.
You got a bass on there.
Holy Oh, nice fish. Oh.
Wow.
Good. Look at that.
Wow.
That is a perfect catch. And I had a great teacher, Dr. Robinson was her name, and she said to us, she goes, here's your assignment. You know, what's your philosophy of life? And I sat there and, you know, I drew a blank. I said, I don't know what that. She goes, here's a hint. What are your passions? Go home and list all your passions. And that's what I did. And I came up with my 5 passions: faith, family, football, fishing, and having fun. And that's, you know, that's how I live my life.
And they're biting my hook, but they're taking it all. Coach Quinn's got the magic touch over here.
Right there.
Somebody's eating that. Do you think they're listening to what I'm telling them right now? Do you think anybody's listening to me right now?
Since 1997, DUNN Tire's exclusive lowest out-the-door pricing has been the most straightforward and comprehensive way to buy tires. But it can be hard to remember exactly what's included with each tire, so we created the DUNN Dozen, an easy-to-remember list of the 12 products and services we include with every tire we sell. It's worry-free tire buying and the best value in the business. DUNN Tire, service you deserve, professionals you trust.
There are moments that define a journey, fueled by heart and desire. UB football, it's on. Season tickets only $90.
Nice. Oh.
Double? Oh, man.
Look at that. Woo!
This one took the
the
whole
bone.
thing. So I'm not lying. They're biting my hook, but they're taking it all. Coach Quinn's got the magic touch over here.
There it is. Right there.
Somebody's eating that.
Right there.
It's a nice one.
Beautiful Lake Iroquois.
The new AD, Danny White, gave you an extension. So that had to feel good that it wasn't the guy who hired you, but someone else came in and said, you know what, I like what this guy's doing. We need to keep him around. He's good for this program, good for the university.
We're on the same page. You know, Danny and I, he sees that our program is trending upward, not only on the field, but also off the field. You know, we've scored the highest grade point average over the last 3 semesters, and we're gonna post an APR score that has never, you know, been done in our program. So he knows that more kids are graduating. You know, the players are bought in. To me, our staff, our program, and so he sees that, and to be able to keep that consistency and continuity together tells me that he understands exactly what we're doing, more so behind the scenes than maybe what the public sees. We caught, what, about 7 different species: rock bass, smallmouth bass, largemouth, fresh drum.
Well, Coach, now that our trip is done, which, by the way, was a ton of fun. Thank you. Even though I only caught a sheephead, it was the field in action, but to see your passion and the fish and the excitement, no matter how big or small the fish was caught, was really cool.
Yeah,
really cool.
We're glad to have you, and certainly I couldn't be more proud to have you know, Terry out here, and you and Mark. We can't forget you know, the whole crew.
Poor Mark
that was out
at
here.
a camera the whole day, but
that's all right. We got him some fish,
that's
though.
right. He's going to be eating some walleye, which is great. There is one final thing I want to ask you. What do you want your players to remember about you?
Well, and I think you brought it up. It's about my 5 F's and the 5 passions I have in my life. But probably more importantly is that I care deeply about them, and that they know what's important in terms of earning their degree and compete for championships. And they can walk out of here with a ring on their finger, hold a trophy over their head, and a degree in their hand.
Awesome. Well, you got a couple trophies in the case here today. Thanks again so much.
Sounds good,
Appreciate
Kevin.
spending the day
Thank
with
you.
I really enjoyed my time with Coach Quinn out on the waters of Lake Erie, and especially on his boat, which I still can't believe he let me drive, which is really cool. But he also made us feel like we were part of the team. Before we went, he let us know what he expected of us. Even during fishing, he would give us little pointers on how to execute everything that a coach does. And in the end, even when one of us wasn't really catching fish, still made me feel a part of it. And he'll do the same thing this year for the University of Buffalo Bulls on the sideline, and we'll be rooting for him right here on Heard It. We'll see you next time.